Coming this year from Shout Studios, Hong Kong Cinema Classics. A brand new series showcasing the best, brightest, and boldest in Hong Kong filmmaking. Stunning restorations, in-depth extras, and much more. Hong Kong Cinema Classics launches this July with the Jet Li Collection box set, followed by long-awaited classics City on Fire and Peking Opera Blues.
All right, well, we've got some updates on the Dragon Princess library being released from Shout Studios, so I'm going to share that with you. And I've got most of the films, I think all the films that are in, maybe not all of them. I've got a number of the films that are in the Jet Li collection here. That's one of the releases that's dropping this summer. So this is May, so starting next month, we're already going to be getting the Shout Studios 4K treatments of the Dragon Princess library with classics from director John Woo and stars like Jet Li. Really good stuff. Sue Hark, Tony Leung, all kinds of big names. So we're going to get to that in a minute. But first, let's just have a little mini haul. Let me turn my light on here. Okay, so these are not films that I've picked up recently. I've got these a while ago, but I've been, as I've said many times, for Physical Media Fridays, I've been kind of spacing them out because I'm not picking up as much this year, as I still have so much to watch. But all of these I purchased prior to I put myself on a budget for 2025. Anyway, let's start with a Cronenberg that I haven't seen, From the Mind of David Cronenberg. I suppose that means he directed it. There's no way I'm going to be able to read this little tiny writing here, however. So, Crimes of the Future. Haven't heard too much about it. Viggo Mortensen, Kristen Stewart, Léa Seydoux. It's a Cronenberg movie. Interestingly enough, I just grabbed a random 4, but what do you know? The next one is a refreshingly original horror movie. Cronenberg-inspired body horror. Life changer. That just happens to be a coincidence. So, again, don't know too much about this one. Drew has to shapeshift or face painful death. He has to find someone and make a copy. He becomes them, and they die horribly. Okay, there's more, but I'll just leave it at that. A rousing thriller that is sure to be a crowd pleaser. Okay, there's a guy holding a saw there. Well, we'll see. Should be interesting. Now I have a couple Japanese titles. The first one is 3 Seconds Before Explosion. Let's see, this is from 1967, 84 minutes. Lightning-paced 60s crime film from Japan's Nikatsu Studios. 3 Seconds to Explosion packs enough subterfuge and action in its 84 volatile minutes to fill out a dozen pictures made anywhere else. Okay. I like shady dealings, purrs the undercover super spy Yabuki. Widescreen whirlwind of sharkskin thread, revenge, crazed assassins, ticking time bombs, deadly booby traps, and triple-crossing lingerie-clad femme fatales. Okay, sounds like my kind of movie. What do we got here? Oh, substantial little booklet in here. Okay, with some advertisements. Wow. Do people still actually sit down and fill these out and mail these in to order things? You remember everything used to be ordered like this? That's crazy. Kino. This is a Kino, by the way. Alphabetical DVD listing. Yeah, they just got lots of Kino titles in here. This looks interesting, though. The Great Directors box set. Kurosawa, Andrei Tarkovsky, Claude Chabrol, Michelangelo Antonioni, and Volker Schlondorf. So kind of a multinational collection of directors. And then you got a Buster Keaton box set at the bottom. Kind of interesting. 3 Seconds Before Explosion. Should be fun. And I have mentioned this next one on a live stream, and I have watched the first film. I'm a huge fan of the Lone Wolf and Cub series, and the star of that series, Tomotsuburo Wakayama. He's a very legit martial artist. Prior to Lone Wolf and Cub, he made this series here, this trilogy, the Bounty Hunter trilogy. 3 films by Shigehiro Ozawa and Ichi Kudo. So he's kind of a different kind of character. I guess the first one is A Killer's Mission. I did watch that one. He's kind of like a spy slash samurai, maybe slash assassin. It was pretty good. It definitely felt a little more, it felt like a warm-up for Lone Wolf and Cub in a way. A different kind of a character, different kind of movie. But I will rewatch the first one and eventually watch the next two, 8 Men to Kill and The Fort of Death. And I'll be reviewing those eventually. So I can't say based on the first one, hey, this is right up there with Lone Wolf and Cub quite yet. Or a great trilogy like the Game trilogy, which I reviewed on the channel. But we'll see. I'm optimistic. Okay, let's get to the Shout Studios Dragon Princess releases. Okay, so it looks like we have some digital 4K releases coming out first, and then some of them have already been announced as having a physical release in a few months later. I'm assuming all of them are going to be put out on physical media eventually. I certainly hope so. And I'm not sure where these are going to be streaming, if Shout has a streaming service or anything like that. But let's go over those first. We have June 24th. Again, this is digital 4K. June 24th, Hard Boiled and City on Fire. July 8th, The Whole Better Tomorrow Trilogy. July 22nd, Peking Opera Blues and The Killer. August 5th, The Chinese Ghost Story Trilogy. August 19th, The Bullet in the Head. Now for the physical releases, we have July 29th, The Jet Li Collection. That's a big one, so I'm going to go over that in a second. August 26th, City on Fire. So there you go. So City on Fire is going to come out on digital streaming, 4K, next month, and then in August it'll be on physical release. And same thing with Peking Opera Blues. That's coming out September 23rd for the 4K / Blu-ray releases both, okay? So the Jet Li Collection is going to be a 10-disc set, $109.99 with exclusive poster, and you're getting 4K and Blu-ray editions of the films included. Disc 1, The Legend of Feng Sayok, 4K. Disc 2, the Blu-ray of Feng Sayok. Disc 3, Feng Sayok 2, the 4K. Disc 4, the Blu-ray of Feng Sayok 2, with plenty of special features, new audio commentary on all of those discs. Then, Disc 5, you're going to get Tai Chi Master with Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh, 4K. Disc 6 is the Blu-ray of Tai Chi Master. Now, this one has tons of special features. Sure, it has new audio commentary, but it's got a featurette called Tai Chi Madam, The Michelle Yeoh Effect, interviews with Cynthia Rothrock, interviews with other actors, and it looks like Brett Ratner and Elvis Mitchell are getting together to do a lot of the features on this Jet Li set. Trailers and so forth. Disc 7 will be Fist of Legend in 4K. Okay, the great Fist of Legend, one of his best on 4K. New audio commentary, all that kind of stuff. Disc 8 is the Blu-ray of Fist of Legend, interview with director Gordon Chan, interview with Professor Aaron Moore, a lot more interviews, interview with Yusakai Karata, who's one of the stars of Fist of Legend, a karate seminar with Yusakai Karata, interviews, and again, more interviews with Brett Ratner and Elvis Mitchell, deleted scenes. Disc 9, I don't have this film, is the 4K of The Bodyguard from Beijing. I believe I've seen it. Not 100% sure, but I think I've seen it. Audio commentary, of course. Disc 10, of course, would be the Blu-ray and new audio commentary, interview with co-writer Gordon Chan. Okay, so 10 discs, about $110, box set with exclusive poster, plenty of special features, new interviews. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments below. And what are your thoughts on all of these releases coming out either on digital and or physical, eventually on physical media? Do you think that's a sound strategy? I hope they do the physical releases correctly, and I hope. But here's my advice. There's plenty of canaries in the coal mine out there, okay? There's going to be people that get these physical releases on day one. They're going to get them on day 0. On day 1, they're going to have reviews on YouTube. I'm perfectly content. Well, first of all, I'm on a budget this year, as you know, so it's not going to be me anyway. But I'd be content, if I were you, to wait to listen to some of these reviews of these releases and go from there as far as your purchasing choice. And of course, since they're coming out on digital, I imagine that will give us a good opportunity to see what they're going to look like in 4K, assuming you have a 4K TV and everything, and you trust that, you know, you'll get to judge what they're going to look like when they're released physically on 4K. I would imagine that will help. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the films that I showed? And also, what are your thoughts about these Dragon Princess films coming out on Shout Studios? Okay, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Thanks.